What's up, everybody? Ethan, find me on this
I'm Jill at CoachJill.a.
most days. And we're back. We're back for another episode. We're a little late on one. December and November ended crazy. December started wild. But we're here. We're alive. We're kicking. We're new space. This is episode 2 in the new space, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Lots has been going on for us. We've been uniquely busy, uniquely stressed. All the things that come with moving through the year and year end. Hards and joys. There's been lots of hards the last little while. There's been lots of hards the last little while.
My heart is that people don't do their jobs.
You go, baby. I think I need to go my coffee. Yeah, you go, love. I'm here.
I'm just gonna blow up the world, I think.
Well, I'm already on a watch list for saying stuff like that, so...
If the FBI is listening, that was a joke. Some lore about Jill's life. I've had, actually a terrible track record, that's the word I'm looking for, with accountants.
Mm-hmm.
One time I had an accountant and they didn't tell me to incorporate, and if you don't run a business, all of these words are probably not going to mean much to you, but basically once you make a certain amount of money as a business owner, you're supposed to incorporate your business, aka separate you from your business. So then you file business income and you file personal income. Before that, everything's your personal income. That's the easiest way I can explain. You're doing great. One time I had an accountant that didn't tell me that at some point you're supposed to incorporate once you make enough money. Basically, once you make more than $30,000 a year, it's probably smart to start looking at incorporating your business so you don't get fucked on taxes. I didn't get that piece of information until my taxes came, and I owed $10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000 in taxes.
Actually, yeah.
And I just sat on the couch and cried because where the fuck I'm just supposed to pull that out of my ass? You want me to just come up? Somehow I did. Sometimes I think about that and I'm like, where? Anywho.
You can share that as a joy. That's a whole other problem. Yeah. It's testament to if you put your mind to it, you can do whatever the fuck.
But in the moment, I was like, you want me to just pull $10,000 out of my ass? Like, where do you want me to get this money from?
Jill actually bent over and it kind of slid out. It wasn't that hard of a process, but...
So then I fired that accountant, and then I got a new accountant. And this was specifically a small business accountant. I incorporated my business. We were cruising. Then they didn't file my GST, which, if you know anything about taxes, that's like half their job. They file your income tax and your GST. Nope, no GST filed for Jill. So I get a letter from the CRA in August. My taxes are due in December. And they're like, hey, you owe us thousands of dollars because you didn't file your GST. So we just decided how much you owe us.
Which also, fuck you. That's the part of the process for me. That's fuck you. Fuck you. Making up a number.
You don't want to be like, you don't want to be like, hey, this isn't filed and give me a chance to do it. You're just going to send me a letter being like, this is how much money you owe us. So then I had to get my GST refiled. Right. 2 accountants in a row did that to me. Right. With my current accountant, and he's been pretty great for a lot of reasons, except this year I had to remind him to file my GST. And then we met with a new accountant yesterday to sort some of Ethan's stuff. I thought the meeting was for Ethan. And then this lady goes, oh, did you know your 2024 corporate taxes were never filed? It's December. My taxes are supposed to be filed in January.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm here being like, why are people...
How did you not notice? Because when you're a business owner, you file 2 taxes, like she said. So when you get one back, what would make your brain think that that's not the... And they were done at the same time.
And to the lady's credit, she handled it the best she could. She wasn't like, oh my God, why aren't your... She was just like, I'm actually not seeing your 2024 corporate tax return. Did that get filed? And I was like, I was told in email, we'll handle personal and corporate taxes now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm at, and I'm just deeply annoyed because people. Why can't you do that? Would like if somebody was like, "Hey Joe, can you build me a meal plan?" and I was like, "Well, here's only breakfast." Like, what? That's not doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
That's not doing your job, and I just don't understand why people don't do their jobs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
get a new one if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, that when especially as a business owner, like everybody knows we weren't taught taxes in school. As a person, as a human being, we weren't taught taxes in school. Ugh. Then you go and own a business because they say either you work a 9 to 5 or you contribute to the economy and start a business and put your skill and trade into the world, blah, 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 fucking blah. And still nobody tells you that those taxes are different than your taxes. That's how I got fucked up. But like all of that to say that when you go to lean on a professional with the knowledge and apparent wisdom at the thing you know nothing about, and then you hinge your ability to eat. Let's break it down all the way. Your ability to have a roof over your head, food in your belly. If you have a car, have the car, gas in the car. The things that you do to continue doing work start to become fleeting things because someone over there didn't do their job. Because when the government comes after you for shit, I mean, they're kind of lazy about it, but they come after you relentlessly about it. It's not like it's just like a lot. It's not like they just because where are you going to go? Where are they going to go? They have the time, so it's just a lot. But they can still take from you over someone else's fuck up that you paid for to do their job to help you continue to do yours. Like it's so fucked up.
And I just like don't. And this goes like accountant or not across the board. Like when you hire somebody to do a job, it's so that you don't have to think about it. Me having to hire somebody, it would be like me having to remind my manager to do his job. That defeats the purpose of having you because now I'm
managing the manager.
Now I'm running tabs on what I need to do and what you need to do because I don't trust you to get it done the first time I ask you. And it extra annoys me because I'm losing money paying somebody to not do their job.
That's going to cost her money because it's late. This motherfucker should be paying these late fees because he said he fucking did it.
And now it costs me money because I have to pay.
And that's where I come from.
Taxes.
I want this motherfucker to pay all these fucking things because it's his fault that they're fucking late, and that's what's actually eating at me.
And now I have to pay taxes in December when taxes should have been paid in March. And do you think I have that tax money kicking around? No, because I thought it was already handled. So I was like, oh, we can go do something fun because that's my rule. I put away tax money every year, and then whatever I've left over, I can use. Like, I don't take all of it because I am how I am with money, but I take some and go do something fun with it because girl math, I'm like, that's bonus money. I didn't need to spend it on taxes. So do you think 7 months later I still have that tax money kicking around?
Yeah, that's super frustrating. It's where we run into being able to support each other. It's where like that's the hardest to support each other because we just handle money so much different. Jill wants to lose sleep over it, and that's fair. Like I lose sleep from a different angle. But the only thing we can do is I can remind Jill that it's just another day, and we go back to doing exactly what we're doing. This changes nothing. Someone else's fuck up doesn't really change shit for us. We still need money. We always do. You guys always do. Like you still have to go to work the next day. It sucks, and maybe this is like a thing I want to leave everybody with it as on the end of the heart. Because before we came down here, it was this conversation of you're right, baby. Be pissed. It's going to cost you, us, this mission we're on together money. It shouldn't. It already cost you money to do it, but like that's not any different than yesterday. We still needed money. We still need money for Christmas. We still need money for bills, for rent. We still have clients. We still have all these things coming down the pipeline that it didn't even really add to anything. It's just another thing. It's fucking exhausting, the process that Jill just spoke about. Like all of that's valid. What the fuck are you doing all this time, all this year, you motherfucker? Actually, but like, fuck you. I got shit to do.
I think that was mostly my crash out yesterday. Was just like the second she was like, I don't see your 2024 corporate tax return. I was like, oh, of course you don't.
I felt that energy. Like Jill goes to this because obviously it devastates her, but like the energy in the room was like not just from me, but really from Jill without saying it aloud. It was like, of fuck you. Yep, of course not. Like it wasn't as stunned that it wasn't done. It was just like a yeah, sure, fuck.
Yeah, and I tried really hard to just function as normal. Yesterday, I kept coming downstairs, and then my whole being was like, "You better go lay on the floor. You're gonna have a panic." Like I don't.
It literally was. Yeah.
You could probably hear me being like, "No, I'm fine." And then
No, I heard you hit the ground yesterday.
I like ran upstairs and laid on the floor, which is like,
It's not funny. It is because it. Jill and I have rules in our house and boundaries about how we are allowed to process stuff, especially when we fuck off to be alone with it.
Yeah, like if somebody shuts a door,
it's you need to give like a 5-minute head start. You're always come check, but there's a tantrum that needs to happen outside of everybody else's view. But in those moments, like Jill and I also, there's nothing I can do or say for Jill to stop her from going there. This is how she processes these things. So I can't fight her and be like, what can I do to stop it? You do your thing, baby. Go. But yesterday that I watched it. To the best of my ability, I was in the fucking living room. She has a mope walk. Like a very low shoulders, very like, everybody has one. Jill's is very distinct. But she like comes into the kitchen, makes it to the fridge, goes to touch the fridge handle, and then just 180s and goes upstairs. And my brain was like, that was weird. And then I hear, my brain was like, at first I took a second to hear that there was no like, ow, that it wasn't pain. And then my brain, when there was no ow, I'm like, this heifer just ran upstairs. And as soon as that door closed, her knees just buckled. I was like, she's sobbing mess. I'm just going to leave her to her shit. She came down like 3 minutes later, finished whatever the fuck she was doing, and went back upstairs to cry some more. But I've not heard just, this is my version of this tantrum. No, fuck! And it was the collapse on the floor and sob for a second because I want to burn everything down.
Yeah, it's just exhausting having to, like, part of being a business owner is needing to trust people to help you run your business, and then when they don't, I'm like, what is
why did I trust you? Why did I spend that money? I could have done it myself. Yeah, and I think that's all valid. It's hard for a people pleaser. It's hard for a recovering do it hyper independent.
And yeah, my hyper independence is like, maybe I should just learn how to be. I'll just become an accountant, and then I can just do it myself. What a crazy pivot that.
But it's like it's those things that I think people don't see. Like when we joke about, when we go to get our nails done, and then it's this thing happens where they chip, and so now we have a whole fucking nail kit here, and that is the all-encompassing label of Jill. And it's really hard to navigate when it's healthy versus when it's less healthy. It's not necessarily toxic. It's just hard to not be an independent holy fuck when stuff goes wrong in front of you. And you're like, I could have just fucking done that. Or learned how to do the fucking thing myself. And now you motherfuckers have made me have to learn. Now you're taking energy from the rest of my workday because now I got to learn a new skill because I don't trust you fucks by your own doing to do something simple like your goddamn profession and make my nails do a thing.
Like, if accounting wasn't so much math, I'd probably be an accountant by now.
With the way you work your numbers, yes.
Like, if numbers made any sense in my brain, I probably would have just been like, you know what? I'm going back to school. I'll just be an accountant solely to file my own taxes.
And pick up a couple of friends along the way.
I cannot do that much math. Everybody's taxes would be so incredibly wrong.
People be getting back 10 grand.
You'd either owe like 40.
Oh, it really wraps around.
You'd either like owe $40,000, or it'd be like,
the government
here's
$1
million back. There would be no in between.
Wow, those are loopholes. No, she just didn't carry the two.
They'd be like, I don't think this is right. You missed a lot of decimal points. Be like, oh, yeah. My bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah. My heart is. We're coming into the time of year that's really hard for me. Really, really. There's nothing that I can say. There's no healing from this. There's no therapy. There is no drug. There is no nothing that stops this time of year from doing what it does to my system. And I can brace for it, and I can prepare for it mentally, and I can do all of the things I know how to do like a good therapized human. but it just doesn't matter. It never matters, and I can feel it. Um, yeah, I can feel it in my system, and I don't know what to do with it ever. I turn inward with it. I have to go through the flashbacks and the things and the new feelings and all the ugly that come with that. Um, but I just like I don't. It's all the time. It's every year. December into January. It goes from holidays supposed to be good for everybody into the birth of the thing that tried to kill me from the time that I was born until I put him away. Add that to this year. Oh, add this year's going to be the first year without tea in its entirety. The day before that man's birthday, and I just have tea. Big T. I lost one of my best friends last year in January. Suddenly, he's on my fridge. There's a couple of songs that set me out. Sometimes I just lock eyes with his picture on my fridge, and it does it. Um, and like I'm gonna try to focus on that this year because that's real grief. Like that, that's real loss. That's real. Crump music comes on, and I remember that man. He taught me how to crump. He put me in a dance crew with him. He taught me how to do lots of cool things with my body. Um, yeah, so there's just lots of heart. There's lots of heart coming my way, our way, because Jill chooses to support me. People around me choose to support me. Um, and the hards are a little bit extra this year as I had a really shitty mental health episode right before Vancouver. Um, like a really shitty one. And that brought up some other health concerns that have been really hard to deal with in my own being. Um, I've been hiding it from everybody to the best of my ability. Uh, I hope that it resolves itself. I haven't spoken about it much because I am still in the hopes that this will resolve and come to a place where I just get to talk about it freely and not have to be another thing that I experience and live with and. Um, and just also what it means, like what I'm dealing with is the precursor and warning signs of some very serious and scary things. And I'm not, I say scary because currently it's what if, but I know that if it happens, it'll just be like, okay, now what? Because I don't know how else to be. And I'm trying to do that right now. And I just can't because this thing that's affecting me right now is one of those out of my controls, completely out of my controls. And with the damage to my body over my lifetime, with the wiring problems that I have already, with the physical trauma to my head, neck, brain, um, there's just things about what's happening to me that are scary. They're hard. And I mask really well, even to the people that love me the most. Because people that love me the most freak out the most, especially if I freak out. So just navigating that with the mental health and the things that are coming this time of year, it's been heavy and hard. Self harm has been really prevalent the last little bit. I don't say that as a bad thing. It's just like hard. It's hard for people to see. It's hard for people to know. It's hard on my body. Yeah, it is just that season. There's lots going on. There's a shift in my career coming, and a full shift. Like I do new shit all the time. You guys see that, but really shifting here, which is exciting. Like there's lots of greatness, but it's also scary at the point in time where my health's doing weird shit, and it's scary to make a shift and to commit to change when I'm about to enter a season that makes change really uncomfortable. Not even uncomfortable. It makes it painful. It hurts. It sucks. And I have to choose to do that every day. A lot of us do. I know there's people that hear me talk and hear themselves or see themselves in my story and pieces of it. And it's hard to explain to people. Everybody has hard things. Suck the darkest part of my ass. the hard things that I have lived through would kill most people. I have seen people die trying to hold pieces of my story in their own lives. I've watched people kill themselves because they were touched by a bear. I have seen people turn to violence, drugs, kill themselves. Because mommy didn't love them enough to protect them. I have been so sick in my life. I have had to be revived in my sleep, to wake up intubated and chained to a bed. It's not just that it's hard. It's hard on paper. It's the hard off of paper that makes it feel impossible. So if that's you today, this season, this holidays, I see you. I know it sucks. It's about to be the hardest thing you do, but you do it every year. You've done it every year up until now. So do it again. The same way. A new way. Just do it. I'm here. There are those of us that are here. Treading water. Water's up to here. Still treading. Still breathing. What's your joy, love?
I would say Vancouver. It feels really far away right now. Like I'm like, when were we in Vancouver?
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, Vancouver was just like I say this to Ethan every time we're in BC. It's really easy to forget we don't live there when we're in BC. Like I have to remind myself. Like the only reminder this trip was that we were in a hotel, not an Airbnb. But
Yeah.
when we were in Kelowna in an Airbnb, my brain very quickly was like, this is actually where we live.
Not because we forget we have a home, but because we forget that this isn't home.
We just like very quickly assimilate into the way of life in BC. Like I in Vancouver forgot that I own a car. Like I just was
genuinely. It didn't even question. Like when you travel, you know you're gonna Uber, you're gonna cab, but it wasn't even that.
No, there wasn't even a moment where I was like, "Oh, I wish we had our." Car.
No, that's more what I mean. Like it was, hey, where are we going tonight? Robson in there. That's like 25 minutes for most people. 20 minutes for us. That ain't shit. We walk the dog longer than that, and it was always just math.
Yeah, I'm really struggling since being home of like having to put so much effort into getting my steps in because we didn't really have to think about it in Vancouver. Like we walked everywhere. We walked to get coffee. We walked for food.
We walked the whole of downtown day 3 because the things that we wanted to do weren't doing the things we wanted to do. So I took Jill on a walking tour. I didn't mean to. We had places to go, and they all fucking suck now. So we literally walked the whole of downtown. It took us less than 2 hours. We walked the seawall from the tip of Science World, if you know Vancouver and Fraser Creek. Falls Creek, sorry. That whole seawall all the way back out to the point on Beach Ave, because that's where we were staying. It took us 2 hours to go from there around the backside up fucking Falls Creek and back. That's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm finding it really hard being home. Like I
fun.
Look at my watch every day being like, oh my God, I have so many steps to do still because it's just not integrated into life the way it is there. And I go back and forth here being like, well, I could walk more places, but it's just like not set up to walk.
It's not set up to walk, and it's not like there's an ocean, team.
Yeah.
That you can see every street when the buildings are still there, and then there's a street, and look, there's the ocean, and then there's a building or 10, and then the next street there's an ocean, and if you look over your shoulder, do you know what's over your shoulder? A goddamn rainforest, just in the city, in the city, not a river valley, rainforest. Yeah.
Uh,
Like, I don't know how else to say that. You're in nature whether you want to be or not when you're outside in Vancouver.
yeah, it's just easy to exist there. Ethan can speak to this probably more, but we get the same. I have many pet peeves of saying we want to live in BC because we get the same responses all the time. It's so expensive, but how will you deal with the rate? Um, we often talk about it. Ethan says this more of like dealing with less racism and homophobia and all the shitty parts of Alberta. And people are like, well, you'll experience that here too. Yeah, but you people in BC aren't that brave. People in Alberta are very brave because there's no consequences for them
Just
here.
yeah,
Um,
there's so many of them here, and none of them have been punched in the fucking mouth.
so just like existing in BC feels easier. There's less to like worry about, less what ifs. Um, I very much just feel like I can go outside and not have the like Rolodex of things I need to be paying attention to. And I understand I'm a female everywhere,
And
but
I'm
like
black everywhere.
here I feel like I'm always like, do I have my pepper spray on me? Am I aware of my surroundings? Is that man in his giant truck going to be annoying to me? Like I'm always like running
Mm-hmm.
what's around me in Alberta, and I feel like I can let go of that a little bit there.
Yeah, like it's not like oh, there's nothing bad in Vancouver. No, it's not like that. But there's a different energy and atmosphere to being in community with people.
And there's more safe people around. Like Ethan
Mm-hmm.
and I said
Yeah,
this in Vancouver so many times. You can look around Vancouver and see the queer. So I also
yeah.
like I also know that if something was to happen, there's people around that wouldn't stand for that.
And people talk like a big thing. Like I watched so many interactions of people passing each other on the street that said hi. At least looked up and noticed each other. Like it's not a thing here.
Versus in Alberta, like I know nobody has my back.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been proven many
Many
times
yeah.
when I get into any sort of altercation in public, I it's been proven that no, but everybody's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
can't get involved. Where I'm like far more confident in BC, somebody would be like, hey, shut the fuck up in my
Mm-hmm.
defense.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
What's your joy?
As much Vancouver as it can be, it is Vancouver. It is where my soul is at home. It is at peace. I am a different being, a whole different being in Vancouver, in BC in general. But joy is the shift that is coming, the push to do meal prep full time to everybody else's degree, um, and really focus on making meals. And it seems this idea of sponsor meals is going to take off. And I don't care. I don't need to feed. I help people already that have the means to help themselves. That's the whole point of being a trainer. Everybody has to have money for me to have a job. And that's really great. And I love that. And meal prep's the same way. I am making food. You order it, you pay me for it, I get to give it back. But this really, you know me, I gotta, there's a need somewhere and I can fill it. I don't have money to fill it, but I have skills to fill it. And so these sponsor meals for Eat at My Table, where people can buy meals and just leave them there, and I will make sure those meals get to people in need, whether people have a home or don't, whether people have money or don't. This food is for people that need to eat. This week's donation, this what do you call it? This block, this 2 weeks rotation. What is it? How do you say that? Because it's not this month. It's not this
This
week.
rounds.
Sure. Yeah, this round's donation. Uh, it wound up being, hold on, 18 meals. And those are going to go to Rock Soup Greenhouse and Soup Kitchen in Wetaskiwin. I've done some work with them before. But they are a really, really great organization that their whole function is to support the community that needs them. They're in Wetaskiwin. Their building is self-sufficient to the best degree. Like they have hydroponics. It's so honestly, you're gonna come with me if you can on Friday. It's really cool. There's a fish tank in the back, and that feeds the hydroponic system that feeds the plants. That goes over here and just turns into water. For like it's a unbelievable place, and they have a really hard time out in Wetaskiwin. Anyways, I put the call out weeks before, months before I said it in a podcast, I think. And Heather, wonderful Heather, reached out right away and was like, I'm on, I'm in. Let me know when I can do this. I'd love to support people getting some food. And so she donated a bunch. I was able to donate a bunch off of that because I had extra. And then I'm going to sneeze. So I put it out while I was working on that. And already people are asking if they can be a part of the donations. I had one donation for 5 meals come in already. For the next set, I don't know if Heather's going to do this next one. I just think she's doing it once a month. But like, it's so cool and fills my soul that just this idea, this concept that I have too much of a thing. As a black person, we always make food to end the world hunger. Can't help it. Nobody. This is the part about why we always. This because we see
Every time
yo.
Ethan meal preps, he like I see how much food he's taking out, and I like do the math of how many meals he said he needed to make, and I'm like,
You got to make sure you're over because you don't want to be under and have to cook more food.
it's
That's a habit just from being alive.
but it just like makes me giggle every time because he's like, I need to make 20 meals, and then he like the amount of food he takes out, and like I'm bad at math, so I'm like, whatever, he probably knows. And then every time he's like, I made extra, I'm like,
I just want people to be able to eat, and I never measure my shit. I was taught to cook by not measuring. You remember what goes into it. You work off smell, taste it as you go, and get it done. So it was just this concept of I have so much extra, it's got to go somewhere. And like it's not even extra because I made the appropriate amount of food. There's just they don't come in those portion sizes. So there's like 2 or 3 meals left over, and we could easily eat them, but we already have food. And so my brain goes, why do we need more when we already have these? This can go somewhere. So I'm very excited, and it fills my soul that people are starting to take notice. I have the capacity for about 100 meals every order, and I would love to fill that. If that meant 75 of those are going to people that need them, not just clients, like that would, how beautiful to be a part of something that just gets to help people till I can't, or until it gets to run self-sufficiently or whatever. But while I'm drawing breath, I have to do something, and this is just something that I get to do because I'm already doing it. So yeah, it's just very cool to do that. People are starting to see it. They're starting to my stuff's getting shared for people who might need it. It's hard to find people who need it because nobody wants to say they're in need. But there's always somebody, and yeah, every month it will be different. Maybe I'll be able to make some for Rock Soup every month. Maybe I will start as like a donation to them to support their shit. Who knows? Maybe I'll wind up in their kitchen cooking food every week. Who fucking knows? I just know that I'm excited for this thing that I get to do, another skill that I have that I will get to work on, but also just to provide for myself, for my people, and for my community.
yeah. And if you're listening, being like, oh my god, I know somebody that needs some support, that's struggling, that like isn't keeping up with life the way they need to, and we all
There's no
have
shame.
no, we all have
Like,
those moments of like, please send help, I'm
mm-hmm.
not keeping myself afloat, and like we're not meant to function as a hyper independent human. I also recognize we're not meant to function solo through life. So if you know somebody in your life is just like having a bit of a
If
tough
you want to
go,
support, like really do please. They're $15 a meal.
even if you bought five for somebody and
Five
it
five
just
meals is 78.75.
and Ethan does like we can deliver within, I say that as like a bonus of like it could just show up on their door, and then you
Yeah,
don't
like
even have to
it
like
literally that. If you just knew that somebody had mentioned to you that yeah they're just behind on meals or they're just having a hard time cooking, you can this can be a gift. This can just be, hey, check your doorstep. I just got a notification that I'd ordered you something. I just whatever the fuck
like a
team like literally
situation.
use this as a thing that can support our community. I don't care how this works. I just know that I can.
The amount of posts I see in like moms groups and stuff that like,
Single mom of one
and
recently
they're feeding
separated.
their kids but not themselves. Like if you know there's
Yeah.
somebody in your life that's like
Yes.
making sure their kids are fed but not doing the same for themselves.
These meals are meant for everybody. Like I make so much. These meals are huge.
And for somebody
When's the
like
last time you ate 10 pierogies? No, when's the last time you ate 10 pierogies in one sitting? And that's just the pierogies. There's 200 grams of high protein turkey sausage in fucking almost every order. It's like
like
175.
for perspective, somebody like me would probably get close to 2 meals out of every meal. So, but yeah, my sentence was going to finish by saying, even if you bought somebody 3 meals, that would cover them for a whole week of eating for like lunches or
Crazy.
dinners.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's chicken and rice, shrimp and rice, and a fun meal. And it's meant to be simple. It's meant to be, you can get them done in individual packages. You can get them so you scoop and go out of a bag. Whatever works. They're meant to be frozen, reheated. Yep. Yep. You said your joy, didn't you?
Yeah, but my mom, here's a bonus joy
Okay,
for you.
okay.
My mom just texted me. I opened my phone because my manager texted me, but my mom texted me and she goes, "Good morning. How are you? Are you ready for this?" I heard on the radio that Hillary Duff is going back on tour. I know she isn't really your jam these days, but maybe she will come here and we could go. So this is your PSA if you're a Hillary. Like, I think Hillary Duff can do no wrong because Hillary Duff has done no wrong, and I will die on that hill. Whether I still listen to her music or not is besides the point. I think she's a really neat human for being a child celebrity and not ending up deeply fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like been very unproblematic her entire celebrity life. So Hillary Duff's going back on tour. PSA from my mom.
Did you listen to her album? She's
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Like, I think Hillary Duff could do no wrong. So I listened to her song and I was like, I wouldn't say it's good, but like, somebody probably likes it. But my taste in music from when I was 10 has shifted quite a bit. So it's just like a very, like, I get it because I think her new song is the same vibe as her old music. But like, it's been 20 years. So
Yeah.
that vibe doesn't really mesh in my brain anymore.
The fact that your mom still remembers that. Because it was your mom you were with when you did the Comrie thing?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the only reason I got to go to the Hillary Duff concert when I was in kindergarten, fun fact, I was deeply upset because my parents couldn't afford concert tickets to Hillary Duff. So I wasn't going to go. And then the night, like, all my friends are going. And the night of the concert, my best friend's mom called my mom and was like, hey, because her dad worked for somewhere where they got free tickets. And my best friend's mom called my mom and was like, hey, we have 2 tickets to Hillary Duff tonight that like just came up as extras. Like, nobody's going to use them. They're free. You can have them. And then my mom came downstairs and said, hey, do you want to go to Hillary Duff? And I said, like, right now? And she was like, yeah, like, right now. And then I got to go to the concert.
Nice.
So.
Nice. What is our topic today, love? We're just talking about this time of year.
Yeah, how we choose to navigate the holidays, because I think we both have very different perspectives on the holidays. But my boundaries and my approach to the holidays has also shifted a lot in the last
because of me
5 years of my life.
Less because of me. Last 2 years.
Okay, well, 5 years, but like more drastically in the last couple of years. And it's not because of Ethan, just so we're clear.
That's what made me laugh. It's not actually my fault.
No, Ethan is very helpful with my people pleaser brain because I grew up in a very much keep the peace, do not disturb, do not say the thing everyone's thinking out loud. And I've stopped doing that in the last couple of years. Like, there's some really great parts of my family, and there's some really
not great. Fuck them.
Useless to me pieces of my
useless
family.
Tits of
but I assume like most white Christian families, we all grew up fairly similar in the sense of like, let's pretend we're one big happy family, and let's pretend we're perfect, and let's pretend that there is no wrong. And as I grew up in my family, I started to look around to be like, hold on, there's actually a lot of holes in this that nobody's really talking about. And there's a lot of problem areas, and everybody has issues in their family. But a lot of like in my face issues in my family. A lot of racism, a lot of homophobia, a lot of privilege and elitism from people that don't even have it. A lot of like, I'm better than you simply because I have privilege and I'm white. Um, so it's been interesting growing up in my family and kind of looking around and being like, wait, hold on. This is the thing we're like pitching to everybody as the perfect family. Uh, the second thing you should know about me is I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I love not necessarily like Christmas as the day, but like Christmas as the season. I think it's cozy. I think it's fun. I think it's really pretty. I like looking at all the lights. I like going to Christmas markets. Um, I like the energy and the vibe that Christmas brings. Um, I think going to Christmas markets and doing Christmas activities is really fun to me because you can kind of feel that like that collective like excitement. You get to see everybody like bring out their crafts and their specialties and their things because they're like, oh my god, I made this thing, please buy it and give it to somebody you love as a gift. Um, and I think that's neat. But I care less about Christmas as the day and more about the vibe
That's a fair way to say
of
that.
Christmas. And I've shifted that in the last.
Just in case I said it.
Huge ham.
I literally, like, I just, as soon as I went, I'm like, there's no way. I saw them for the first time. I shot a video yesterday, the pikes, and I, like, stepped over the thing, and for the first time, I was like, your legs are
I noticed that yesterday
like,
before you went to the gym.
That my legs are fucked up?
Yeah,
big?
when you were laying on the bed, I was like...
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. My legs are just skyrocketing in size right now. Sorry about that. We were flirting with each other.
But, yeah, I used to be more Christmas is the day, and then people ruined that for me.
Sorry. I'm fucking sorry.
No,
it
like,
was ruined for me first.
Please.
Yeah, like, genuinely, whatever.
Like, as much
my life was ruined before Christmas. Christmas wound up not mattering.
I'm talking about my trauma right now.
You said people ruined it. You weren't specific enough. I just know that I'm a problem around the holidays.
If anybody saw me do that, you just like, please give me
Yo,
a
my
second
God.
to talk about my own trauma.
This is the like one of the few podcasts dismissing that shit's okay. Please dismiss the stupid.
No, people ruined it for me in the sense of like I started to poke holes in my perfect family, and then my uncle is
a motherfucking waste of skin.
So blatantly racist, it's actually appalling.
Did you hear what I said? Because I said it better. I hate that man.
And then he's never even met him, and I won't. He won't.
I might. There's a reason I might. It's gonna be the time that your dad invites me over for dinner.
Yeah, if my dad's ever like, Ethan, would you like to come to Christmas? I know my dad has an ulterior motive. He's like, I'm bringing Ethan.
I'm gonna get. I guarantee I get slipped a hundo on the way in and just be like, listen, I got you. Just could you mute a couple of people in here for me, please?
I think that's what I mean by like Christmas was ruined because it was always like as a kid it was like a fun day. I got presents. I got to hang out with my cousins. And then as you grow up, like they always joke that like the Christmas magic disappears, but like people just ruin it. And I just started to
No, you keep going.
put the pieces together of like my family is not what I thought it was as a kid, and that's fine. But then I don't want to hang out with you on a day I love.
Yeah, no fair. Sorry, I put my hand up because I. This is me knowing that I've interrupted Jill a few times this podcast already, and I can't help it. So I'm learning. I can hear it happening. Um, I just like it's not even that the Christmas magic goes away. I think that that's part of the problem. Is that adults are pieces of shit. Christmas is for the children. Christmas is a day of the year in everybody's fucking life.
And
Like I don't. If Christmas is for the children, why do I hate Christmas so much?
and also
Like I don't get that. Christmas was for me, and I've hated Christmas my entire life. It's never been fun because families are fake. Because people are liars. People that you hold on this pedestal as a child because you're supposed to. Except for I learned at that age that they're fucking liars. That they aren't the people they say they are. They're not even good Christians. Are they even Christian? Because this performative fucking day comes around, and if you know the Bible, this nigga wasn't born on Christmas. He's born in March. Our March. There's so much yuck about this commercialized, capitalistic, colonizer holiday. What magic are all of you speaking about? The twinkle in the eye of children knowing they get shit? The wonder of lights twinkling in the minus 45, stepping over the homeless people to go see the pretty lights? Where's the fucking magic? Because to my understanding, magic is sleight of hand. It is not real. It is a perception of something you're made to believe happened. So if Christmas magic is for the children, then all of you motherfuckers are nailing it. And I'm not even. I put my abuser away when I was 15. Do you know what I got for Christmas that year? An Xbox. I wasn't even allowed to ask for things. I wasn't allowed to have a Christmas list. Because that meant I was greedy. And then the moment this person has to stop fucking me, the moment this parent gets caught, I get a thing that I was never allowed to ask for, but that I always wanted because all my friends always had them. I got that from prison at Christmas. I hate Christmas because it's not real. And the lived experiences that I have are. After fucking me for 15 years, I was gifted an Xbox as the sorry. I was gifted an Xbox to love this person again. An Xbox. $300 back then. See, that's what I have to juggle over the holidays. And I'm just one person. They all still have Christmas dinner together. That whole 50 people in the city that I could call family but don't. They eat food with him every year. They celebrate him on his birthday every year. You motherfuckers make it exhausting, not just at the holidays, but really at the holidays to live. Why? Because why? What am I doing here when everybody's so okay with what happened to me? That's why this time of year sucks for me. That wasn't supposed to be a tangent. That probably should have come with a couple of trigger warnings. But this is what I juggle in my head most days when I see it out here, this performative shit. People going broke to show their kids they love them. Again, back to that magic bullshit. Uh, Quantifying love with gifts is crazy.
And that's a big piece I've had to undo of like, you don't have to spend to make Christmas happen. And I will say my parents were never like that. I was always the kid that got like no presents in air quotes. Um, um, I was always the kid that got like no presents in comparison to my friends or like not expensive presents. Like my friends would come back after Christmas like decked out in brand names and new gaming systems and a trip and all of the things. And I've told this to Ethan many times, but I've learned, I would say in the last year, it's been fairly recent, that a lot of my spending habits come from what I saw growing up in Sherwood Park. If you're not from the area, that probably means nothing to you, but Sherwood Park is very performative. It's very
It's
much
sure White Park
that
for a reason.
it's very much buy the things so other people think we're important. And my parents were not like that. My parents still are not like that. Uh, but like I learned it somewhere. I learned it from my friends that lived in $1 million homes, even though their parents couldn't afford groceries. I learned it from um, being the only kid that wasn't in brand names. Like I learned it somewhere along the road that you bought things to be important. And it's only in the last like year or so that I've learned um, I don't need to live like that. And even my car is a big example of that. I
Mm-hmm.
put this piece together recently that the reason I own the car I do is because I thought owning like a cool. I love my car, to be
It is
clear,
a good car.
but
It's
I
nothing fancy. It's fancy to some. It's fancy to me.
it's still fancy to me.
Yeah.
But I bought the new shiny thing because I thought that was important to have the new shiny thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's one of my worst financial decisions. I burn a lot of money every month on that car, and
A
don't
lot.
like a lot
A lot.
of money on that car.
Like it's not a lot. It is a lot. It's any amount of money on a vehicle is a lot, and that's a lot. She's doing great. Like it's caused. I'll say that the car purchase for Jill sitting from this side of things, and we were apart when it had. I was here when she got the car the first time. It was red, but then she upgraded as we exited. And though it sucked and everything, like it made Jill have to figure it out. And it's not that she wouldn't have the business she has without that car. It's that the car pushed Jill to she lost sleep. She was sick. She had to really grind. COVID happened. Like this, the exchange for this new vehicle happened over COVID, and to see Jill grow to what she has in her business was because there was extenuating circumstances lighting a fire behind her, like a fucking massive car payment and
And
insurance
yeah, I think people don't talk about money transparently enough. Like I spent almost 1,000
yeah,
with gas,
more
probably
than yeah.
over $1,000 a month to have my car.
Yeah, we probably fill that thing maybe once a week. Like I'd say once every 10 days because we are pretty good at like we're most of our shit's around here. But like when we were in the city, it was once a week.
But car payments and insurance alone puts me right around $1,000 a
Yeah.
month on my car. That's my rent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my car is one of my worst financial decisions, and I got the new shiny thing because I thought people would look at me and be like, "Wow, she has a cool car." And I do think I have a cool car, but I also don't think
And
my
they do
cool
say
car. I don't think my cool car is worth $1,000 a
that.
month.
No.
Um, but Christmas is a big one like that. Like I think it's very performative in the spending, and I leaned way too far into that for a long time. I would come out of Christmas all the time being like, why did I spend so much money? I did it last year, even less extreme than years before, but last year I still was like, what did I just spend money on? Um, and it just doesn't. I'm learning as I get older that like that's not the part of Christmas I care about because if
Mm-hmm.
that was the part I cared about, I wouldn't care that I've spent the money.
Yeah.
I would be like, that was worth it. Great. I'm glad I spent
Yeah.
thousands of dollars on people's gifts. Like
Mm-hmm.
that brought me joy, but that's not actually the part of Christmas
Yeah, like
I care about.
I again, we talk about like what happens when we make it big, and we have money and it's like there would be signs everywhere else. Uh, and I think about this often, like even with the food thing. Like when I have more, I can't keep it. I don't want to keep it. I'm like that with money now. I don't actually want to have more. I want to make sure I have enough, and then I'm going to do a thing with it. And then I'm going to go make sure I have enough again. And I'm going to do a thing with it. But like, if we ever had that kind of money that we're buying gifts, it sure as fuck isn't for each other.
And it's
Like
like,
it. I know it to be true. It. My first thought currently is not get Jill something. That's not because I don't love Jill. I do lots for Jill. I love on Jill in lots of ways. I would get her something neat because it's an opportunity to. In that trip, there would be a 5,000 socks bought. There would be 100 winter coats bought. There would be like it would be something that I can take to a place and go here. This is what I could do.
yeah. And I think those are two like big boundaries I've set around the holidays is like who I spend my time with. Like last year was a big boundary setting year. Was that last year?
I don't know what you're referring
That
to.
I didn't go to Mexico.
Yes.
Okay. I that feels like a long time ago, but it wasn't that long ago. Um
Yeah, but that's why I think that we've been together 2 years because like it feels like we've been together for 3 or 4, but it has not.
Last year was a big boundary setting year for me. I didn't go to Mexico with my like immediate family, my mom, my dad, my sister. Um and that was really hard to like say the thing out loud and be like, yeah, I'm not coming with you. Um,
It was interesting because Jill, and this is from me looking outside, looking in. Jill would have gone had it played out differently because the opportunity for Jill to set her boundary for herself for the first time was only brought up because of how the Mexico trip came to be. It was Jill got blindsided by this thing that wasn't even like a can you come, it's you're going. And that sent Jill for a loop, and that was like it was the universe was like, yeah, if if we're gonna how to set boundaries, you're gonna have to learn how to set one. But you're not gonna do it unless I offer an opportunity. So
and I
they
actually,
already bought the ticket.
I didn't actually like, yeah, the trip was talked about probably years, like at least 6 months before it was booked. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, maybe we'll go to Mexico Christmas. And then that turned into, we're going to Mexico at Christmas. Here's your ticket. And that turned into, I don't want to go to Mexico at Christmas.
That was like six
Um,
weeks before, by
and
the
it
way.
took me a long time to like process it myself. I didn't actually bring it to Ethan until I had made my decision because I needed to make it
Yeah,
for myself. Like it wasn't up to Ethan to be like, you can't go to Mexico. Like I needed to come to that conclusion
because that's what I would have said.
myself.
Jill knows that. I'll defend her before everybody in that family.
And a year ago, my family and I were in a very different spot than we are
Oh
now.
yeah,
Um,
it's been an interesting year for your family and you.
so that was a
And
big
me.
like boundary setting year for me. It was like I'm actually not coming to Mexico. I didn't go to any family Christmases. I actually told my parents, I was like, don't tell anybody that I'm not coming to Mexico. According to them, I'm in Mexico. According to you, I'm at home. Nobody knows any different because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want the fallout of, oh my god, you're not in Mexico. Do you want to come for dinner? No, I don't want to hang out with any of you. Actually, I
It's a
think I
fancy show.
yeah,
It's a
I went
fancy
to
show.
one family event in the span of Christmas.
Yeah.
But it was the first year I spent Christmas not with my family. That was a little weird. But also was needed to be like, oh, you can still create Christmas the
I
way
don't even
you
remember
like
what we
it.
did. I don't think we did much, but it was still. I
We
remember
stayed
Christmas
in
being
our
nice.
we stayed in our pajamas. I made brunch. I made like hash brown casserole and pancakes, and then Ethan got his daughter later in the day. We like unwrapped presents with us and our roommate.
Oh yeah, because
Um,
we all got our dog hoodies and stuff. Yeah, fun.
um, yeah, so then this year I feel far more confident in navigating the holidays. Like my parents joked with me the other day, like uh, I'm aware of all the family things that are happening. My parents have invited me and Ethan and his daughter. If that's always up to Ethan, like my parents have been really good in the last few months of like making sure Ethan knows he's included in things if he wants to come, but they haven't been overly like
Yeah, I'll give them that
pushy
credit.
with it. They're just like he can
Everybody
come if he
knows.
wants.
Yeah, everybody knows we don't. I don't really get along with most parents, most people that identify as parents, especially old white people. And me and Vic don't. That bitch don't like me or didn't like me, hated me for a very long time. So for no reason. So I hate you too. Because I'm gooder at grudges. So it's been tough, but I've also like had to as much as I've set a hard boundary with Jill about her family, like there will always be room for improvement from people, but like this bitch has to work for it because I didn't do it.
And
And you say
I
okay.
say this to Ethan all the time. Like I can see the effort my mom's putting
Mm.
in a way that like effort in a way that matters to me and Ethan, like not just my mom being my mom. Like she has done a lot to like
Yeah,
switch
people
her
will say
approach.
shit and just to appease the thing they're trying to get at. And that's all. And I know people, so you can try that shit with me all you want, but it's not going to work. You're going to actually have to work to get me like you because you know that there's no you're never not that you're never going to get Jill, but like there's Jill set a boundary because she cares for me. She cares for me. She's your kid. She loves you very much. But now it doesn't work where mummy's say sways my daughter. It's this is a human setting a boundary, and if I want to see one of them, I have to change something to be able to see both of them. And though it's taken a long time, and I still don't fully trust that it's going to last, Link and me will be good. I golfed with that motherfucker last year. He's also fixed a bunch of shit in his house. He never had a problem though. I'm a boy and I'm a protector, and I got this one. And that's all he needs to know from me. But it is a lot of like we wound up like you guys know we went to Canmore together. Where was it? In spring?
Jasper.
Jasper, sorry. In the spring, and that was like the first litmus test of like, can I exist around her parents? Not only me, my kid, but also without wanting to kill her mother. Because like it takes one comment, and you're gonna get the response that I wanted to give you for years. So to be able to do that, to come back, she's been in the house. She's really helped Jill from a place of part of it for me, as I say this out loud, is that she's helped Jill without being a cunt, and I do mean that directly because she's offered help to Jill to back Jill up in shit with the house, with moving, with whereas before it was coming to take the shit from Jill and do it her goddamn self and be a part. And mommy helped you do
It
this.
was more like I'm gonna do this so that it's done the way like I want it to be
Yeah.
done in my mom's brain. That's how it felt of like I'm gonna come help you do this thing, but it's because I want it done a certain way versus now
Yeah,
it's
I
more
wouldn't try
like
to
how
say
can
that.
I help you do the things you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my parents have kind of like shifted Christmas as well of being like we can do like my mom has a very like anxious approach to us sometimes. Like she's like, we can do whatever at Christmas. We can have dinner, we can have brunch, we can have lunch, we can go somewhere, we can stay home. Like she gave me like 84 options and I was like,
that's the Ethan effect.
Whoa. It
and
was
I
just like
we can do
whatever you guys might maybe want to do if it means you'll hang out with us.
Yeah, that is those moments that I know she is doing her best to. She's heard enough about me from Jill and how I have to and get to and choose to navigate this life, and without offending me, without saying come do this thing that we want to do. It's this open-ended panic of as long as you're in our space is area orbit. I'm happy with that. And it's not an obligation. He can come for 3 minutes. I can't tell him I want to see him smile, but I just want to see them together for a moment, and then he can leave. They can both leave. I don't actually care. Anywhere. We go to the moon. We can go to the moon.
She always leads with, I know Ethan doesn't really do, but if he maybe possibly a little bit wanted to, we can do literally whatever he might possibly want to do together. And that's basically my mom's anxious brain approach.
Yeah, and it's easier to do stuff in public. It's easier to do stuff where I can pause, but I'm like that with everybody. This isn't just a thing with me and her mom. This is with people in general. With me, like I would rather do stuff with people I'm unsure of in public.
Well, my thought was like, oh, we could go like look at Christmas lights somewhere, take the dog, like because then it's an activity. I approach it the same as like going on dates, like giving everybody an easy out and a neutral space and blah 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 blah. But yeah, my mom's been like really, it's funny to watch her approach it, and I know she's trying her best to like undo her own traditional family things and just like figure out how to make it happen, and she always includes Ethan, and she always includes Ethan's daughter, but not in like a they must come.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I don't know when Ethan gets his kid, but if he wants to bring her, she's more than welcome. We can do whatever, blah 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 blah. But my parents made a joke the other day because they were like, whatever. My dad's family is more of my problem family. I don't really see either side of my extended family a ton, but uh, my mom was like, "Oh, we got invited to Christmas." Like, we, as in the three of us. She's like, "It would just be your grandparents and your uncle, the one I hate." My mom was like, "Thought you'd be super excited to get the invite," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And my dad was like, "I'm good too." I was like, "Okay, great. So we're all gonna be busy." I was like, I think my exact response was, "Yeah, I'm busy that day," and my dad goes, "I'm busy that day too." I was like, "Okay, great. I'm glad I'm leading by example for you to be like, no, no. If she's busy, I'm busy. We're all busy, actually." Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I think like navigating Christmas over the years has just turned into like doing things the way I want to, and
Mm-hmm.
I it takes a lot of weight off me that I can feel my parents getting on board with it a little bit versus like trying to shove me into the way Christmas has always been.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my dad made a joke about how I haven't decorated for Christmas when he was here on
Mm-hmm.
Saturday. Like, he was like, "It's almost December. Where's your Christmas things?" So my parents know that like I like this time of year, and I always joke that like nobody can mess with Christmas. Like, nobody can mess with Christmas, and nobody can mess with my birthday. Um,
I've tried.
like, you can
It's
try to
actually
be an
not. It's
asshole.
actually like not like it's not a.
Like, you can try to be an asshole on those days, but it's
I
not.
have enough humbug for the whole city.
And I'm literally like, anyways,
Like,
here's your
doesn't
breakfast.
it actually doesn't fucking matter? And I think it's also a part of why Jill and I just mesh really well. Like, every other relationship I've been in, it wears on this person. And like, I didn't ask for how I feel about Christmas, team. I need people to really remember that. But you get to choose. No, I don't. I am wired this way. I've tried to disconnect this wire. I've tried to get behind it, and then I'm immediately reminded of why I can't.
Also say like you do get to choose, but in the sense of like what the day looks like. Like, I feel like, and you can speak to this because I wasn't there, but people probably tried to like shove you into their Christmas traditions and their
Well, and I was
Christmases.
just thinking about the word traditions. Is like everybody says, well, just create your own traditions. I'm like, I have a problem with tradition. Tradition means they eat food with a fucking pedophile. And the fact that some of you watching are currently doing the same. If I exist, then some of you fucks are doing the same thing. It's between him and God. No, it's between you and me. And motherfuck you if we ever meet. Like, this is the overarching problem with people, is they can mask trauma and harm with a made up day.
Yeah, and it's just not
Like, this is,
like
I can't get away from the dark. This is why we are doing this episode. Because I'm not even trying to be a Grinch. There's a reason I correlate with that motherfucker. I'm not trying to have a humbug. I don't actually have a humbug. I have trauma gifted to me by adults that were supposed to be parents. Do you know that I used to get fucked for Christmas as a birthday present? This is stuff I don't say out loud to people because it's really fucking pissing me off that there's still so many of you that don't get it. It's not a choice to hate the holidays. Some of us were bred to hate it. The only option I have to continue to draw breath is to hate that holiday. Because to try to enjoy it makes me want to kill everything in me. It makes me want to kill everybody, but it really makes me want to kill everything in me because it feels disgusting.
and it's not that simple to just like tell people
Fuck.
to enjoy things, and it's not that simple to just be like, but this is what I do to enjoy it, so it also will work for you to enjoy it. Like, what I do to enjoy Christmas is not going to make Ethan enjoy Christmas, but I do know that we can make food and watch Lord of the Rings and put on Grinch pajamas. Like there's options, but like none of that is inherently
I'm sorry, baby.
Christmas. What?
I'm sorry.
For what?
Did you upset?
No, I was just thinking about last Christmas. It's not sad tears. Um, None of those things are inherently Christmas, but like they're Christmas to us now.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I choose to watch Lord of the Rings in its extended form because it takes a long time, and I
Like
really like.
really, I've never watched Lord of the Rings all the way through like we did last Christmas. I was like, whoa, these movies are long.
But I've done that by myself for the last 8 years, just by myself most of the time. Like I share it with people that choose to be around me. Um, it's just like there's just a day. It's usually like the 23rd that it just starts. Like it's like an autopilot thing. I just all of a sudden find myself in front of the TV. On goes the first one, Lord of the Rings #1, and I'm just in it. You're gonna lose me for the next 3 days, 4 days, however long it takes me to get through. Sometimes I watch them in a row, which is like 24, 25-ish hours. I like those ones. Those are fun. Yeah, it's less about Christmas. It's just about existing in another day when everybody else gets to create this fake thing.
And I think holidays are meant to be spent around people you love. That doesn't mean it has to be family. Um, and you, as an adult, have free will. And I will remind you of that fact over the holidays that you can make Christmas. What, if nothing else, Christmas is a day to do nothing. Everything's closed anyways. So like make it whatever you want it to be. Inherently Christmas or not. Watch the movies you want to eat.
Make it your second Halloween for all.
I'm surprised it took you that long to catch that. Watch the movies you want to watch, eat the food you want to eat, spend time with the people you want to spend it with, or hang out by yourself and your dog. Um, I don't know. You just have free will, and if the way if the way you're spending holidays currently is not serving you the way you want it to, then stop spending your holidays that way. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be uncomfy the first year to be like, I'm not coming.
There's a
I'm not
reason
going.
Friendsmas exists.
Yeah,
There's a huge reason that Friendsmas and Friendsgivings, because so many people figured it out. Fuck family. I got you guys.
and
So come have me and we'll have some food together. Because I don't say that I'm having food with my family when people come over here. I don't even say it's with my friends. This is my tribe. These are the people that choose to do battle with me every day, every week, every month. Because they do. Like Jill is in the trenches with me every day. That's not a family member. I've never had a fucking family member fight for me ever. Ever. I've had a couple of people lose blood and break bones for me though. And I've done the same and I will do the same for them continually. That's a tribe. That's a community of people that don't want to have to fight but will fight for each other and keep going. Have it with your tribe.
this also might be my hyper independence speaking, but you're allowed to do things by yourself. Like if you want to go to
That's not hyper independence. That's a in a time when this holiday is meant to come together. Maybe you don't want to come together this time.
like there's one thing I know about Ethan. He'll come to a Christmas market with me, but like he'll come to a Christmas market with me. Period. If I want somebody to be like, "Holy shit, Christmas," I probably shouldn't bring Ethan. Ethan's not the person to bring with me if I want like fucking Buddy the Elf being like, like
Maybe Ethan high.
yeah,
You
but
do
like
mushrooms. We're gonna go to a Christmas market. Listen,
also
I'll dress up.
and like you're allowed to go and do things by yourself or with other
Mm-hmm.
people. Like my mom and I this past weekend went and did a Christmas craft at a greenhouse together. And Ethan thinks my wreath is cool, but I don't think
all the
Ethan
things
would
you
have
do.
thought the process of making it was cool. So it would be silly. I'm setting myself up for failure if I'm like, come on, we're going to do a Christmas craft. And then Ethan the whole time is like, this is stupid. Because now I'm like, why aren't you excited about this Christmas craft? he's just excited that
There's a
there's
cool wreath on the door.
green stuff on our door with a
She did a
gnome
good
on
job,
it.
and one of my persons made it. Like that. That's where I will meet her. Like, show me the thing you just made. I will do a backflip over that.
And
That's
like
cool
I
shit.
went with my mom, who is my mom, but like I was like, Mom, like I told her my vision, and she helped me make my vision. And the whole time she's like, "Do you need me to hold that? Do you need me to? Do you hold on?" She like held at one point. She like held my wreath like 10 feet away from me and was like, "Does it look the way you want it to look at distance?"
When you walk towards your door, pretend I'm your
Yeah,
door.
she was like, "Can you see everything you want to see?" And my mom's like 5 foot nothing, so it was just funny. Like, she was like,
She's at the top of her fucking head.
it's like, "This is where it would be on your door." But like, go do activities either by yourself or with people that are going to enjoy them at the same level you want to enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop hurting your own feelings, forcing people to do shit they don't want to do.
Yeah, yeah. We live an alternative life. We understand that. Mine wasn't by choice up front. It is now. Jill's, you know, was it by choice now? I can't really tell. Uh,
I think I gathered all of my evidence and said that's not it, and then found something else.
but it's just really when you go against status quo, when you go against the grain, it's uncomfortable because there's so much ingrained in how you operate life. Like our podcast is called Shifting the Lens, and it's because of things like this. We're stuck with this idea and concept, the way that we were brought up, the way that we were taught, educated, all the things, and then you get to a certain point in life, and some of us it happens way earlier, like way earlier for some of us. And I say some of us because like I was later. Like I knew things were fucking not right in certain ways in life, but I didn't have the ability to explain it because I was stuck over here in hell. And there's just shit that I was seeing that wasn't making sense. But like you start asking any questions that go against what society has taught you, what your church has taught you, what your school, wherever you are, and you're going to meet immediate backlash. And on the other side of that backlash is the actual answer to your question. The way that Jill and I get to do life is because we keep asking loads and loads of questions, but we keep being forced to see the world different. I talk about all the time. My lenses that I look through, these glasses, the podcast title, my glasses. I am working every day to shift these lenses. They're cracked, they're broken. A couple are green. There's a purple. There's a whole rainbow one somewhere over here. But something that will never change for me are the frames of these glasses. That's trauma. I will never, ever be able to rid that frame. No matter how I go through life, I will always be able to change these lenses, be able to shift how I think about living with the white picket fence and a family of 4 and a minivan and a sports car and the things that we need and it's to praying to the one and only God who's actually polyamorous by definition. But you guys aren't ready for that fucking conversation. Except for that conversation about there being one God happens all over this fucking continent, and then the other continent, and the other one. There's a singular God every fucking where. So how? Nope, don't go down that road. 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 Where alternate left? Alternative. Fuck. God, we had this whole podcast. That was scary. I could see it happening. I still do. Oh no! So all I'm saying all of these things because the punchline to having this podcast is that we hope you've already asked these questions out loud, and when we hear us share the way that we do, that it gives light to the fact that there is a possibility of doing this life a different way, of actually being happy. Like you're already miserable where you are. There's so much unhappy where you are. We are not offering you anything that we haven't had to juggle ourselves.
I hope you listen to this and go, "Holy shit, I'm going to a Christmas market alone." And if that's the thing you put the pieces together this year, it doesn't have to be telling your whole family to kick rocks yet. It could just be like, "Oh my god, yeah, I can go do that activity alone and enjoy Christmas the way I want to enjoy Christmas and not have it hinged on somebody else enjoying it the same way."
Yeah, this alternate lifestyle, the way that we live, like we hope that at some point in these episodes, when we share how we actually navigate life, that you get to go, okay. Because there's something about hearing and seeing other people do the thing that you've already asked a question about, that you were curious about, that you know that there's something you're missing, and then you hear it in a podcast and you go, damn, it's not me. It's the weight gets lifted. But now what? For you, we hope that at the end of these episodes, it's, but now what? We hope that we've answered a question. We hope that we've sparked something in you. We hope that even in the heavy sharing, that there is a version of you that feels seen and heard and understood. We hope that these episodes of this podcast, that these more intense, direct shares, offer you space to feel validated. It's wild sometimes being stuck in your own head and asking these questions, especially, is it me? Am I the only person that sees this way? The most dangerous thinking on this planet is you think you're the only person that thinks this way. You're not.
I also think like having those moments of am I the only one who thinks that way is okay, because it might be true in your immediate circle, but that means you need a new circle. Because I had many of those moments with my family, and my uncle being a racist piece of shit, being like, I'm the only one who's going to say something right now. And it was in that moment where I was ripping my uncle's head off at Easter for using the N-word with a hard R in front of my period, but also in front of my 10-year-old cousin. Yeah, picture it. That's fucked. That I was like, why am I the only one that has a problem with this? And then it was in that moment where I said, I got to stop being here if I'm the only one who's going to be like, what the fuck did you just say out loud?
That was also the day that Auntie Shell learned why Ethan doesn't go to family dinners.
Yeah, and I think having those moments of like, wait, am I the only one that sees the issue right now is important, because that means you're around the wrong people.
That's super fair, though. Thank you for clarifying your point. And adding to mine, because it is, as much as Jill is right, that is super important. I always go to the next phase of like, but you're not, because you aren't. Like a big part of why Jill and I have this podcast was allowing me more space. Like my take in this was allowing me more space to say more things, because there's shit that I will not say on Instagram. There's shit that I didn't say in my book. No, I said it all, but there's just being fucked as a Christmas present is not something I share freely. It's the first time I've said it publicly, actually, and that's not like a thank you, that's the first time I shared that openly right here on this podcast, this episode. And the ability to say the things that I think I'm the only person. And in every episode that I say the thing, and I don't go, this thing I think nobody else feels this way. You might hear me say, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Some of you heard me say that a few times. Those are the moments that I think I'm the only one that thinks this way, because shit keeps happening. And then we get a comment in the podcast being like, this happened to me the other day. I feel this literally since I was 5. Like it comes out that I am not the only person. Even in the most dark recesses of my mind, I'm still not, in some way, shape, or form, the only person that's thought this thing. So as much as we love being this space for people, it's an honor to have this space to say it. It's an honor that you guys listen.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Let us know what your favorite way to spend the holidays or Christmas or this time of year, if you don't whatever. However you choose to refer to this time of year.
I like that you made it all the way through and then you had a problem with it.
I just pulled a my mom. Christmas, holidays, winter, whatever.
The thing.
Don't want to offend anyone. Yeah. Let us know how you choose to spend this time of year. If there's something like that's very non-traditional and just like a fun thing you and your people do, you and your dog do, you do by yourself.
I would, your shit that's not normal.
I would love to know what you're up to. I think it's cool to hear people be like, oh, we do this every year that isn't turkey and presents and tracking Santa.
Or what do you do that's different every year?
Maybe you
Maybe you do
travel,
something different every
maybe
year.
whatever. We would love to know how you choose to spend this time of year, and your favorite thing about it to have a positive note.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you're struggling to navigate the holidays and you're like, can you help me figure out this thing? Let us know. We can give our 2 cents. You can find the podcast always at Shifting the Lens Podcast. You can find me at CoachJill.April on everything.
Hi, I'm Ethan with Fight Me on This across everything, Sir Lifts, across my modeling and spicier shit. I will add that we are going to take a little break over the holidays here. This will be the last outside of the subscription episode. We might try to add a couple more subscription episodes for fun. What would you guys that are subscribers, ooh, there we go, I was going to say subscriptioners, subscribing to that you like to see? Because Jill and I actually joked about doing a 15-minute subscription on how to pull hair.
Like something more educational.
Like actually, like I'm serious. I'm not being,
a video that comes with it. Like if there's something.
If we sat here and I sat behind Jill and walked you through how I navigate pulling her hair for different reasons, how like to safely pull hair, it's not just pulling hair, and that's the problem.
Especially if you have extensions.
I'm pretty good at the extension pulling.
If you got extensions, whoever's pulling your hair better know how to pull it, or your extensionist is gonna be mad at you when you show up every 2 weeks, being like, "My hair fell out." But yeah, something more educational, something that you would need a video to do.
And that can be anything. Like Jill and I have talked about educating with kink, with vlogging, with
Ethan. What's the tying thing?
Shibari.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the word. Like even something like that. If there's a piece of that that we can like teach you safely, let us know. If you're not subscribed already, it's $5 a month. Less than a price of a coffee these days. It gets you at least one bonus episode a month. Like Ethan said, we'll try to put out a couple because we're a couple behind. Gets you a bonus episode every month.
They're usually spicy.
Yeah.
Not like naked spicy. Like we talk more about that side of life.
Things that get flagged on the internet. If we ever run workshops or lives or whatever, you will be the first to know. So we would love to have you over there. If you choose to subscribe, you can find the link in the show notes to join us over there.
Yeah, as always, thank you for being here. We love you.
Bye.
Peace.